If you were to crack through, what would see this? What would know this? What would be on both sides of that happening? These are end-of-the-road pointers because they give you nothing. Non-duality is not an understanding. Non-duality is an abidance as this, the principle, in which everything occurs and unfolds. You are on both sides of every happening. As you know, I try to answer every comment left on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. And what's clear to me is that people are seeking an understanding of non-duality. And although cognitively that's a worthy pursuit and can lead to a greater sense of peace and enjoyment of life, that's not the ultimate goal of non-duality. Non-duality is not an understanding. It's an abidance in the absolute principle. And that absolute principle is your fundamental nature as pure presence. There is no you separate from reality. You are not an individual. You are the presence of all that is, witnessing itself, unfolding as all that is. You are the seed of this universe because you are consciousness. Consciousness birthed all of this. When that's taken as concept, you try to figure it out. You try to be that. And in a weird paradoxical way, that can circle around to pure abidance. And that is considered the direct path, as taught through self-inquiry and just direct investigation of your presence here and now. If it can be said that I teach anything, it's that you don't need to learn anything. And that this is already your reality, right here and now. That essence that hears this, that essence that sees, that knows, is already this. You are on both sides of this screen. And although experientially you feel as though you are this separate individual self, it is just consciousness having that experience. Can you see this? You may think that you are a body having this experience, a mind having an experience of life. But isn't that all taking place within consciousness? You have believed it to be your consciousness. If anything must be learned, it's that you are not your consciousness. What knows this? I've said many times that you are just consciousness. And although that's a true and fundamental pointer, I can now tell you that you're not consciousness. What essence would know whether or not this is true? See, in this way, I'm not trying to teach you anything. I'm trying to crack the shell that is solidified as your self-identity. So by giving you two paradoxical statements, one, You are consciousness. You are pure consciousness. And 2, you are not consciousness. What knows this? By sitting with these 2 paradoxical statements and finding in which essence they both arise or occur or are known, you stand a great chance of cracking through. If you were to crack through, what would see this? What would know this? What would be on both sides of that happening? These are end-of-the-road pointers because they give you nothing. Non-duality is not an understanding. Non-duality is an abidance as this, the principle in which everything occurs and unfolds. You are on both sides of every happening, before and after, untouched, unchanged, timeless. And yet, that which occurs in time, that which blossoms forth, as all things, takes its nature from that absolute principle. It unfolds within that and as that, as an appearance of that. What knows this? What is on both sides of every unfoldment? Don't look for an understanding. This is not an intellectual lesson. Abide as this untouched essence. Peace is. Joy is. Love is. The doorway is always open. In the ever-present now. In the ever-present presence that you are, right here and right now. Abide as this and be free.